So if you watched my first video of this drawing, you would have seen a couple of the mistakes that I made that I wanted to show you how to correct. So that's what I'm going to focus on today. And my focus will be on this eye area here and this paw area. So this eye, I kind of feel like, you know, when I'm looking at the flow of the two eyes together, I feel like they meet nicely. You know, I like to take a line from here and go swoop up like this and then swoop down like that and make sure they have that nice flow. And I feel like they do. I can also do this, come across here, you know, or even hold something like this. And then up here too. And I feel like, you know, although I feel it's a nice line, I feel like I could thicken up this line at the top. I feel like it looks a little bit too small and maybe a little bit too long this way, like from here to here. And if I make it a little bit taller this way with the line thicken up a bit up there, I feel like it will match better. I make mistakes when I fix things too, so we'll see. We'll see if it turns out better or worse. And it is a crucial part of drawing is learning how to correct your mistakes, especially when you're working with a medium like ink. So slow and steady, getting the feel for my line first. So I'm just going to fill in a bit here. And I'm still learning these pens, as you learned last time. I'm doing my best. I like that better already. It gives the eye a stronger outline. And I go up a bit here too. It's amazing how a tiny, tiny little thing will make such a big difference in a drawing. And I talked last time too about breathing properly during drawing too. Instead of that tension, anxiety breathing where you kind of hold your breath because you're nervous about if you're going to screw it up or not. And what you need to do is take that nice, deep, refreshing breath in and then let it out while you make your stroke. That's what I find really happens, really works to keep me relaxed and not tense. Because if you're tense when you're drawing, you're going to be jittery. And every time you change one part of a drawing, it changes the dynamics of the whole thing. And what I found, I fixed this eye here. I do like it a lot better, even with that tiny bit of difference. But I also feel like, you know, now because of that, I need to make a bit of a correction over here. I want this line a bit stronger and to come out this way a bit more too. So that's perfect combination because while I make it stronger, I'll make it come out this way a bit more too. I like that. So before I add some color to the eyes, I want to put color in the eyes. I got to let this ink dry completely. I'm going to move down to the paw now. So if you recall watching the video last time, I dropped a lot of ink here. And I feel like it's a little bit too thick. I did at the time anyways, but I'm starting to not even mind it so much because, you know, those differences in the three toe lines add a lot of character. So I don't think I'm going to do much to that, but I might strengthen up some lines around it to help it not stand out so much. I'm going to start with the thin pen. This is it. I've also got a lot of ink here too. So by doing these stronger lines in other places, it should help draw attention away from that really thickness of ink there and thickness of ink there. There's a lot of things that I would have done way different about this drawing, and I'll talk more about the overall drawing in the end and critique myself and should give you some good tips for your own drawing. So I think I want to start here Strengthen up that paw line. Oh, I like that. And maybe come down around here. See if I really focus on the lines here. I feel like it kind of draws attention away from the extra ink there. A bit of a claw there. Hint of a claw. Yeah, I like that. I like how the paw kind of stands out now. Paws are one of my favorite parts of cat drawings. And while I'm doing that paw, I might as well kind of fix this one up too a bit. I'm still working on my pen grip. As you know, I'm very new at these dipping pens. I've used them before, but not very much. And I just decided I wanted to get good at them, and that's how you get good at something. It's by doing it. And I'm not worrying if in some places my lines end up looking like double lines, like right here, because that just adds life and movement to the drawing. Oops. Yeah. So if you didn't watch the earlier video, I'd recommend you go back and watch it. And I've left the link for that across the top of the video. I really feel like this cat is more shaped now. And why not do something with the tail too, hey? I always, as I've shown you before, I always love to get the flowing motion into a drawing. Like, for example, I follow my line up, shwunk, and it goes right up around there, and then like this. And I just really try to pay attention to it. And you don't really have to do much in order to get that flow, as long as you're keeping in mind that you want these lines kind of connecting. You know, they're flowing from each other and not having this ear on a totally separate plane than where the paws are, just keeping that flow. I go into more of that in some of my other videos. So again, paying attention to the flow. And I'm not sure that I'll come back to this one for more videos, but I might. We'll see how it goes. And then there's a spot up here. You'll notice I added that as kind of a little twig that kind of helps keep our eye back down in here. You know, because lines going up out of the drawing sometimes take the eye out of the drawing, like this one here. So I want to do something about that. I'm going to start very lightly here on the main trunk. And as I come down, I'm going to get my lines stronger. And then maybe allow this line to kind of, let's see, to flow in with this, to kind of help draw the eye down. So I'm coming down, shwunk, right across here. And I kind of feel like that does it. You know, you can add a bit more. I think I'm going to leave that light just so it doesn't help draw the eye up out of the drawing. I mean, I could fidget around with this drawing for a long time to show you different things. Yeah, and when I come back to this one too, I said I'd come back to the eye to put some watercolor in, but I also, that was another spot there, that extra ink there that was kind of in the way, and I don't really notice it near as much as when I first did it because there's more lines around it to take your eye away from it. But I'll also come in here with a bit of watercolor, and you know, even watercoloring the eyes will help take attention away from those extra lines. You always get them. Fix this up too. This is just a bit of twig that's coming out on the other side of the tree. One more spot. I don't have my pen slanted enough. A 45-degree angle is best. See, I'm still struggling a little bit with controlling my pen. I'm just learning. You can learn along with me. We're always just learning, really. I think I'll put some movement lines in for you. These are what I usually do last, but I'll put some in here now just to kind of show you what I mean. You know, just get a bit of movement in the drawing. That's all I'm going to do now because I mostly prefer to do them at the end. You notice I've left a bit of line undone here, and that's intentionally because it kind of allows it to look like that might be where the light's hitting it, and also because this eye should be more faded away than this one because this eye is farther back. So I feel like if I filled that in, it would be too much. So I think I'm going to leave this right here now. And I'm going to come back after all my ink dries so I can add a bit of watercolor for you. Thanks for watching.